reaching for my higher self, my most authentic self to present before God, the universe, the divine aspect or being in your life that you happily put before yourself and anyone else walking this earth, walking this path of Christ consciousness. And it's the same way that Jesus and so many other amazing, authentic, real people have walked this earth. I find that it is that consciousness that is God's way, that is the ultimate connection and path to God. Through the experiences of Jesus himself, we all live and share many of the same experiences walking this earth. And it's our true highest self of conscious being, of being able to accept yourself, of who you are, and to hold everybody else in this world with that same level of love and compassion, and allow them to live their lives. That is one of many ways to begin ascending and developing your Christ consciousness, to take his hand and become your truest, most authentic solar self of divine consciousness, of doing unto others as you would have them do unto you in all aspects of your life. We can no longer talk out of both sides of our mouths now as we walk this earth. We cannot, do you understand? Many people do not understand their lack of, or better yet, many people do not understand that they have the serpent and the dove within them. And they would be so surprised to listen and hear what it is they say and what it is they do and what it is they feel, and how all of those, most likely, depending, do not connect very well. The serpent and the dove, you can't have it both ways. And I don't mean that you can't have this food or that food, or what I mean is on a solar level, on your soul, S-O-U-L, that we have been denied, it's been crushed, it's been pushed aside, swept under the rug for our own survival stake, and that's what was needed to get us to this point. And yet, it no longer computes. The serpent and that dove, the good angel, the bad angel, the person on this shoulder, the person at that shoulder, you know what I am referencing here. And that is even another point. Stop denying the reality of how your solar self operates in this world. To speak in one level and about the care and love and concern you have for this loved one, and then in the next breath, speak about somebody that you may work with, or that you may be in your family in some way that you're not aligned with or unhappy with. It doesn't compute that you carry both those energies any longer within yourself. That's how you're going to balance. That's how you're going to reframe and find and develop your own spiritual development in a way that you have never had before. We can't carry those energies any longer. It's tearing us apart inside. It's preventing us from looking at and seeing everybody in this world and allowing them to live their lives and be okay with that on a level deeper, higher at the same time. What an oxymoron. You have to dig deeper within yourself to climb higher in your personal spiritual growth, to tighten and or re-strengthen or re-energize your connection to God and your divine. That is what is in store for all of us. If the Bible speaks about the coming of Jesus again, let me tell you, we are not ready to receive that visit. We have to raise our level of Christ consciousness across the board. We develop it within ourselves first, and then through ourselves, the changes begin to happen in the world. At your core of well-being is this self-love, compassion for self, the will, the power to use all of the tools that you have within you to develop the soul, to develop your spiritual growth. That's what's needed now. If we are ready, one of the easiest ways to raise your level of Christ consciousness is to begin to see, feel, hear, and sense Jesus' presence in your life always. But instead of him being envisioned as a crucified human being on a cross, as resonating as that is forever in our hearts, now it's time to take his hand and watch the two sets of footprints in the sand. For centuries, he has been carrying us when we've asked him to. And now, to prepare for his second coming, you have to prepare in a way you are not perhaps even aware of. And that's okay. Again, the folly of our human experience. You see, we've been taught as a society that we had to judge everybody based on where their religious experience and where they are in their path. It's knowing that changes and allows us to begin to see that Jesus was a real person that really did walk this earth, that really did need all of the same elements. And now it's time to see him and hold on to his hand and walk together on this earth. You have the power and have always had the power. God himself designed you, and he knows what you are capable of. And many of you show him. The levels of devotion are so beautiful and poetic, and so much a reason why we are still here today, because of the love, because of the positive energy and the vibration of love and energy that you have sent and prayed for and emanated as you walked this earth. And now it's time to make these connections, to make these ultimate connections of just who you are. And then you begin to develop a sense of well-being, of core Christ consciousness that will raise your well-being to levels that you've been asking for, that you've been praying for, that you probably have experienced already. But too much of the rest of the human experience blocks it from truly allowing your soul to accept that beauty and to let it fill your soul and expand your soul, that you want to run out and tell people the beauty of it. And yet we've been told and we've been trained and conditioned to thwart it. That only in small groups of people can we express that love and joy. Do you express that joy? And even then, we wonder, do you express that wide open joy? the magical innocence to carry peace, love, and joy always? Or in your circles, are you so busy praying for help, for one another, for yourself, for each other, for others, that the joy of this human existence and experience that God has bestowed upon us is lost in the moment? That is how we view, and we must change our perspectives to push our spiritual selves, our spiritual growth through that beautiful development of our soul. We have to upgrade our solar selves. And we do that through understanding what Christ consciousness is and taking Christ's hand, taking Jesus' hand, and viewing him as a real human being that walked this earth at one time. And as you experience every single day and every single moment of every day of your human life, of this existence, as you devote yourselves to his divineness, to the divineness that is yours, you begin to feel this sense of well-being at your core that you will want to not just capture and remember, but you will want to do what you can and think and see and feel this Christ consciousness so that you feel it every day without even have to thinking about it. And as we all come together as individuals raising our own individual bar of beautiful consciousness, of the consciousness of whomever the ascended masters are in your life, now we're talking. Take their hand as if they were walking this earth. There are so many amazing people that have walked this earth physically that shared the same physicality as us. And now, through their amazing, devoted consciousness, they want us to take them by the hand and view them as if they were walking this as they were walking this earth with us. Experience your daily life as if they were your constant companion, who also needed all of the aspects that you needed in order to maintain and survive walking this earth. Take them by the hand and walk with them now. We know we are in the midst of a massive transformation globally. We've been brought together globally in a nanosecond. And now, as we look at one another in ways we were never thought of to look at before, we must raise ourselves and our consciousness, and to develop our solar consciousness to accept each other for whom they are. Allow one another to be who they are. And develop this consciousness to hold everybody in the way that you want them to hold you. With love and compassion, with messages of love and hope and compassion in your, not just in your head, in your heart, in your soul. The whole four parts of you, your physical, your mindful, your solar, your spiritual. These are the four ways that expand in ways that will develop your consciousness for you to secure or resecure or find a connection to this divine self, to connect to your divine, spiritual, divine, whomever they may be. We hold each other in this amazing global bubble of love and hope and understanding and respect for one another, that whomever it is you hold dearest and closest in your solar self and heart. that we love each other for that alone. And not be judging that they are not in the same bubble as I, but that we are grateful that they are in a spiritual bubble. And as we all spiritually find and raise our true, authentic selves, we raise the vibrations for all to become the spiritual beings that we so hope and want to be, and actually are. And now just take it further.